Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me, it's the mystery of the Ben.
It's not that much of a mystery. I feel I'm not very mysterious. Of all the cool qualities I have, mystery is not one of them.
You're not secretly three people.
Dude, I was surprised. They introduced hold up, let me they introduced Kathy DeCoy?
Decane.
Because
Kathy Kane is comics Batwoman.
Gotcha.
Originally.
So they introduced her, and see me not knowing that. They introduced her, and I'm like, oh, it's fucking Batwoman. This is so easy. This movie is for babies. And then they introduce Rocky, and I'm like, okay, I see. You have to introduce two women, because then I don't know which one is Batwoman. And then they introduce Sonya, and I'm like, you got me. You fucking got. I have no idea who could be Batwoman. They're all looking equally likely right now. So the whole time I'm just like fucking trying to think, like, as soon as they went to the what is it, the Iceberg Lounge? I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is where we're gonna get like Batwoman appears and then we see her. Like that setup was just feeling like what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
and it did. And
all according to plan.
Yes, and then that's when we see Batwoman use the metal thing that Rocky had introduced. Also, like all of them were giving me. I'm like, these are all likely, but I never jumped. I was so honed in on trying to figure out which one it was. I didn't come to it being all three, because like Rocky's doing like her fucking Clark Kent bit. I'm like, nobody's this clumsy in a cartoon without not being clumsy. That's just. I've at least in this universe, in this animated universe. But as soon as Batwoman used her metal thing, I'm like, I don't fucking buy it. It's like, it's probably Sonya and has like either taken this or something. I'm like, I don't think it's Rocky. I think this is like a fucking thing. But then I don't know, man. It was just very good because like it fucking got me. Not that I was like falling over at the reveal that it was all three of them, but I was like, fucking, I see. It was good.
Yeah. This movie's just pretty good. It's fun.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's no.
It has wrong Penguin and wrong Bane, but
yeah.
And I don't know why Rupert Thorne is in this movie. He doesn't fucking do anything except like play with a deck of cards. It's his gimmick. He's always doing it, and I don't know why.
He's Sonya's like reason to do stuff, I guess. Like that's how they.
He also introduces like continuity question because if you might remember, Bane tried to kill him in the first episode Bane was in, and that relationship is not mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, they got over it. We're all adults here.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird that Rupert. It was like they wanted to use Rupert Thorne, and then they forgot to fucking have him do anything but like shoot a gun. Yeah. He's just like a henchman for the Penguin.
Yeah,
or an accessory.
Like upper management, but not leading or whatever.
But he has his right voice, and Penguin doesn't. It's extra annoying to me. It's like, why couldn't just Rupert Thorne just be the villain if you had that voice actor?
Yeah, I mean, it would have made more sense with him as the main villain. Because like, if you take him out, then you need to redo Sonya's stuff. If you take the Penguin out, you can just fucking. Yeah, have Rupert Thorne.
Penguin's not doing. It's not any. There's no fun Penguin bits. It's just selling weapons.
His boat kind of looks like a bird. That's about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even
the
have like
fucking
any.
factory looks like a different kind of bird.
Yeah.
Um, and hilariously, it looks like a character from a webcomic I've read. So every time that like logo of that bird head with like just like the open mouth beak, I just thought of Reginald and Bertato.
Nice.
It made me smile every time. It makes me smile every time.
Do you know what
Unearned.
Yeah. Do you know a thing I didn't like in this movie?
What?
Could you guess? Do you have any idea what the one thing is? Could be.
Is it the phone call with Barbara Gordon?
Hey, look at that, dude. Why would it cost him $0 not to do that shit? That whole thing is like fucking.
No, don't think about how. And then there's the scene later where Sonya talks to Batman, and is like, you saved my life 9 years ago. And I'm like, don't make me think about how old Batman is.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
stop.
Here's the thing. At least like in Batman Beyond, when we get that knowledge, right?
Yeah, they're both old.
You can fill in that space so much later, and it makes it less bad, even though like I know that I'm just pulling the wool over my own eyes. I know what they meant, but I'm ignoring it. But here it's just like right in front of you, and it's like, why?
No, this is where you can no longer look away.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was like brutal, but other than that,
but also what he's here, the way she flirts with him actually would be fine if you didn't have the knowledge that they were together. Like if it were just her coming on to him and him like not being into it, that also would have been fine. It's the way those two things interact with each other that's like, this is bad.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Then fucking I don't know, man. I guess it's involved because like that scene was pretty fine, but Alfred is coming out with these bangers.
This is what Alfred's here for, man.
Another narrow escape. Or whatever. I always marvel at your narrow escapes or whatever he says. So good.
Yeah.
What's his first fucking line was like incredible. It was something like, as they say on the streets, it ain't something. I forget what it was even in response to.
I don't remember.
But like I just remember like, oh man, he's coming in with straight heat.
That's fucking Alfred's bangers all day, dude.
Hell yeah.
Good character. It's also, I will say, it's honestly weird to just get like a fun Tim Drake adventure in this world where we know where that character's going also.
Yeah. Yeah. Return of the Joker really did a fucking number. On the universe.
It's like, you can't. Sorry, but you had the Joker go too far. It's very difficult to go back to fun times after that.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that we like go into that future and then we come back. Like if that were near the end or whatever, sure.
Yeah. If like,
but like,
and I mean, yeah. And this movie's like a little weird production wise because like it is written by writers who wrote on Batman the Animated Series, but like Bruce Timm was not involved in this movie. It was mostly it was made like in a rush from what I could tell. like, and that explains some of the sloppy writing, I think. But it was like an Alan Burnett story who did a ton of episodes of Batman.
Yeah, I recall seeing that name on all the stuff.
I saw one thing that said Paul Dini worked on this, but he's not credited, so I don't know if that's true. Frankly,
He like swung by and yelled advice through an open doorway a couple of times.
yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
I think the thing that got me the most in this film,
But like mostly, like this was made to fill a slot in Warner like direct DVD home video.
oh sure, yeah. I thought, you know, I would like. I guess it makes sense that it's direct to DVD, but it's pretty solid. It doesn't have direct to DVD energy, I'll say.
Well, it just feels like a longer episode of the show. Kinda.
It really does, yes. It
like
helps
it's a
that
little.
only-
It feels a little out of place because it's coming later, but
yeah.
and
It
and
helps
again,
that
I do
it's-
think there's some sloppiness, but like we've mostly got fucking all the gang back together, right?
You see sloppiness because you are too old. You need the mind of a child
Well-
like me.
I've been watching Justice League,
As have I.
and I've watched Batman.
As
Look,
have
I've
I.
seen Batman the animated series.
You need to turn your brain
I
off,
can tell.
man.
I can tell the differences.
No, you got to turn that brain off.
No.
So, speaking of me being a child, I was
Sure.
pretty. I mean, it kind of goes in hand with me, like not coming to the conclusion that it's 3 Batwomen, right? Like, man, that show fucking got me. So it means one of two things. They're either setting stuff up in just a very good way that like anyone could watch this and follow along the stuff, and like you might not come to the same conclusion, or it means that I am just on the level of like a 5-year-old. But the one thing that hit me as like I mean, I don't know how I would have felt about it as
Look,
a
they
kid.
do-
Oh, go
Yeah.
on. No, go on.
They do better than classic Scooby-Doo because they have 3 new female characters instead of just doing one new character, and then that's who it is.
That's true. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking of. Literally, I'm like, oh, okay. No, but the thing that like hit me, I'm fairly certain that it wouldn't hit me the same way when I was a kid, or at least it wouldn't have hit me until like I came back to it later and was like, oh shit, like, you know, this simmered beneath the surface and I just didn't understand. But the thing in the movie that hit the most for me was near the end when Sonia's packing her things up to move out of the office, and Batman shows up and she's like, how do you see the line when as soon as I put on the mask, like how do you not cross the line when I put on the mask? I can't even see the line. And I'm like, yep, that's fucking it. That's why we can't have other masked vigilantes running around. Like, it was crazy. That shit hit so good. Cause like throughout the movie, I was kind of thinking like when we were at like the Batwoman headquarters, their little hideout in the sewers or whatever, I was like, these characters are kind of sick. Like, it'd be kind of cool to just have them, you know, and doing their thing. Even though, and this was in like at odds with me watching Batwoman and being like, yeah, you're a little too villain adjacent, right? Because that's how we get. Like, it's Batwoman, and generally, if something's associated with bats in this show, like they're on the good team, right? And this is like we see her destroying.
Well, not Man Bat.
Okay, not Man Bat, fucking guy. But
No,
like,
it's the first episode.
yeah. But
The most bat themed.
you know, she's like destroying the truck, and then she sets the charge, and it's like, we can't call this a hero in the same way that Batman is. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I like these characters, and I like the concept, and it's cool, and it's fun, and everything else. But like, it is a problem, and it's a big fucking problem, especially when you're Batman. And it's like, that's not how you do shit.
Yeah.
So it was just a very good thing, because like, I was thinking that kind of the whole time, and then that line is like, nope, yeah, no, they shouldn't be out doing their shit, and actually nobody except Batman should be. Because
Yeah, he has that line, and he has the line earlier that's like, not even Selena Kyle is that reckless.
yes,
Um,
yeah.
But then when he yells at Kathy, like saying I think it's like that she could get hurt or something. He has one scene where like he does not say the right thing for like saying like what she's doing is wrong. Like in the middle there,
Yes, no, he does. I think
which
that
is part of like the
yeah.
sloppiness. I feel like where like just like sometimes it's fucking on it, and sometimes it's like it loses the thread a little.
Yeah, you could get hurt is not a. That's not the reason.
The other problem with this setup as like female character who's cool does vigilante stuff, but goes too far. We already have Mask of the Phantasm,
Yeah.
and that movie's fucking untouchable.
Yeah.
Like I don't, it's it's not a problem doing it. It's a fine idea, do it again, but just like you don't want to draw that comparison because you can't stand up to it.
Yeah. I mean that
It's not as good as that movie. There's nothing about this
mean-
movie that's as good as that movie.
I mean, yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I agree.
Like this is
course.
fine. It's a good time, but let's be real.
Well, yeah, but look, if you can't let that prevent you from making more shit, you know. I mean, I guess in this series, like maybe it could,
But that's the curse of like Batman the Animated Series, right? Like it's so fucking good. Even if you're the people who made it, how do you make more?
Dude, even like the after again, like the post art change stuff is like, this is really really good and really really solid, but it's not as solid to me. And like, that's what do you fucking do? Like, I don't envy anyone in that position.
No.
Like, oh, we weren't done yet, and it's like, you could have been. Nobody would have blamed you.
Yeah. Well, also like that show existed in a world where like TV animation got a budget that was unreasonable.
Well, yeah.
Also,
I still
so like you can't.
I came across, I forget what led me to it, but I read
Like this movie doesn't even have like its credits sequence is fucking pathetic.
Oh my
It's
god,
like
the
clips
credit
from the
sequence.
movie.
The credit sequence is so like, I think there were enough clips.
They
that
had
they
had no money to make a credit sequence.
Yeah.
Like they had the money to make the movie, but the credit sequence no extra.
Yeah. Dude. So the thing that I mean, it's Mask of the Phantasm did ruin some stuff for me, at least in the context of this franchise. I read it the other day, and I forget how I got on it, but I came across like the little blurb again of how, if I remember correctly, like it wasn't really going to be a theatrical release, and then someone heard the fucking opening, and they're like, "Oh, this needs to be in a theater." Like this is fucking.
Well, they saw the CG opening.
Okay, well that, and the fucking the whole opening sequence just as a thing, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like it was the CG that like really the person who made that call. I think that was part of what got to them, like what they were like into.
Yeah, but that music also fucking banged. Like the elevation was crazy. So now when I see like this movie, I'm like, where's the hype? Where's my sick opening? Because that was like, I mean, even by normal movie standards, that shit was just so good.
Yeah. This is a much less ambitious movie on it.
Well, yeah, and I think saying it's like a long episode is like a good description, because it really does just have that vibe to it.
Man, it was just trying to be a fun adventure.
Yeah. We did get a weird. That song was weird. The like the actual song that they do at the club, and then it's like in the credits. Not that it was bad, but like it felt really shoved in. They're like, it's like, yeah, we got a song to use, and it's just there, and it's so out of it. It's very not like the rest of the music. So it feels like they stumbled into the rights to use that song or had it created. I didn't recognize the song past like, this sounds like a real song, I guess. But it just didn't
Apparently
fit.
It's from Cherie, a French pop and dance music singer from Marseille.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think it was bad at all. It just didn't go with the movie. That felt like the most, honestly, I think that felt like the most awkward thing, just because it felt so like pasted in.
Yeah, that makes it more in line with the live action movies.
Just having a song that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I mean, which live action movies?
The ones that came before this one. Not the Nolan ones.
Yeah. See, I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah. Didn't know the main theme of one of those movies is "Kiss from a Rose."
I feel like you did
the
mention
Seal
that.
song.
Oh, I'm very familiar.
Yeah, you should watch the video. It's full of Batman. It's like him singing that song in front of the bat signal.
You know what? I do think you linked that. I remember. I can picture the shot.
Yeah,
I'd forgotten that. That's
and the first Tim Burton movies, like,
we really
full of Prince songs.
We really gotta watch those fucking films. I need this. I need the context. I mean, it's true for like.
Yeah.
There's so much goddamn DC stuff to watch. Like, I'm just thinking, man, I want to watch this and this and this and that and those and these.
Yeah.
I still want to do the Adam West shit at some point.
Yeah, I think we should do the Adam West. There's a Batman movie from that show. We should just do that when we do the Batman movies.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing, like, I don't want to do the full show. I wouldn't mind, like, a best of, like, a top 5 or something.
Sure. Watch some Riddler episodes, because I think Riddler's my favorite villain from that show. Frank Gorsh is fucking killing it.
We actually need to do 2 different things for the Adam West show, I feel. Because of how the show is and because of what I want from it, we need to do like the top 5 and then we need to do like the bottom 5. I want to see the golden garbage and then I want to see the absolute trash.
Well, I think the movie is where the Joker clearly just they put the makeup over his mustache because he didn't feel like shaving.
Fuck yeah. That's Joker shit, though. That feels like Joker shit.
Well, except it's supposed to be his skin, but yeah.
Nah. Whatever. Oh, that's great.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know how much more I have on the film.
Yeah, it's just pretty good. I find it very funny that it's like they were roommates, but then
Oh
they
yeah.
make sure Rocky has a boyfriend because no homo.
Yeah. I mean, they
And
were
fucking and Kathy is
they were
and
college.
Bruce are all
They were college roommates.
yeah.
That's not a fuck. That's not nearly the same. You could be fucking. I was roommates with someone in college, Hank. That's how it works.
It's true. It's still the meme.
I can't count it. I can't count it because university.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people can be roommates. Period. It's not actually. It's just that's what the meme is. That's all I'm saying.
I know the meme, but that's when you're roommates by choice. But yes, look, many things from around that era, give or
I
take,
don't know. People are
15 years.
People are not are more interested in relationships that come because two people are living together, not by choice. If you're talking about how people talk about fucking people getting together rather than reality, that's only better.
Yeah, you got me there. They're roommates. They fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
It's enemies to lovers. Yeah, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
You got me.
The ways people feel about that stuff is just not. It's like anti-reality, but yeah.
It's totally enemy. Here's the thing: enemies to lovers is like. It took me a while to accept that I like that trope because I couldn't get out of my head about it because like that's like don't fucking do that in real life. Don't. It's bad. It's just bad all the way down. But in this like B movie, I'm in. Or in my anime.
In your fan fiction for your anime.
Oh, baby. Just Naruto and Sasuke all the way down.
Hey. Those two fucking hold hands, okay? They kissed.
They do a lot of things.
Those two kissed.
When did they fucking kiss?
In like the third episode? Accidentally? But they flash back to that scene all the time.
Is it in the manga?
Like they're having their emotional thoughts about each other, and then it'll like show the scene where they accidentally like Naruto was like leaning in, looking at him, and got pushed over and accidentally they locked lips.
That started a career.
They probably flash back to it less often in the manga than they do in the anime. I will say.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm about to.
I don't know if it happened in the manga.
In
the anime, that fucking happens.
Live on.
It's very funny.
I'm about to decimate my search history. Naruto, Sasuke, kiss, manga.
Oh, they definitely kiss in the manga. It definitely happens.
I just can't remember the scene. Oh yeah. There's a lot of fan art of this scene.
Yeah, because it's funny.
Yeah, Sakura
and hot for some people.
Mind. Sakura is losing her fucking mind. She is the fill-in for any of the female readership. How many fanfic careers? There's probably authors. There's probably like comic artists and authors and shit that like that scenes like technically is their origin story.
Sure.
No, yeah, that did happen. I don't think they flash back to it. I don't recall. I mean, like I didn't really remember it happened.
Yeah. No.
So I don't think they're calling back to it, but I could see that.
But in the anime, when you're like flashing back all the time,
Yeah, totally.
It is a thing they go back to.
And I mean, that's great.
It's very funny.
What a piece of media.
Anyway,
We can circle it back. Enemies to lovers. It's Batman and Catwoman. Man, was that the...
It's Bruce Wayne and Kathy Duquesne now.
Nah, I'm not about it.
And they're together at the end.
I want to see Bruce Wayne and or Batman with someone that is within 4 years of his age. Confirmed within 4 years of his age.
It's unclear how old she is. Also. Unclear.
Yes.
Lives with her dad, calls him daddy.
Constantly shopping, impulsive.
But not in school.
Okay, so she's...
That we know of.
She's like 22, maybe? She could be 22, 23. Batman...
It's
Batman,
unclear.
Batman Catwoman is the ship. I'm trying to think now.
Batman,
if that was the
Wonder
thing.
Woman, though.
That's a different ship. You can have multiple ships in a fleet, Hank. Oh baby. Yeah, we're gonna be fucking talking about Batman Wonder Woman. That's gonna come up. And I'm looking very forward to it.
We're past them making out.
I know, and yet
He's got issues.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know how much of Steel Unlimited you've watched.
Not terribly much. Not terribly much. I think I'm like halfway. But that's also not enemies to lovers.
That's true.
That's like, I mean, base level annoyed Batman. Human interaction.
Yeah. This is my work is too important, Batman.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think how much of a role did the Batman Catwoman stuff play in me accepting that Enemies to Lovers was actually good. Because that was one of the more recent things, but it's not the most recent. So I think that might be like one of the things that locked in. Like, you know what, this is. I can just enjoy it. I can enjoy
Goku Frieza.
No. Why the fuck would you be shipping Goku Frieza when Goku Vegeta is right there? What are you doing? Who do I ship Frieza with? Who would I ship Frieza with? It's so difficult because he's just such
you can't
a
ship
fucking...
Frieza with anyone else. You can ship Goku with plenty of people.
Yeah, I mean, Goku is like
although
he's a hoe in fanfic, I'm sure.
Yeah, except no kissing.
Yeah, no kissing. No kissing, baby. Don't you have a kid? That's not related, Vegeta.
What is
You don't gotta kiss to have a kid. Goku fucks. No kissing.
It's true. No kissing.
I'm trying to think like what the most out of pocket Frieza ship would be. Like the Ox King?
I mean, someone he never met.
The
Yeah.
Ox King. Fucking cursed. Frieza and Broly's dad. There's a parallel universe.
He did penetrate him.
Fuck. No. Why?
Because it was there. Because I could.
Fucking.
No one could stop me.
hit it and quit it.
Uh-huh.
Son of a bitch. I wish I
That
had
moment's too good.
I wish I had a fucking tomato to throw at you.
Anyway, I think that's the end of this podcast.
Yeah, you brought us there. You locked it out.
We're pretty done talking about this movie. But this is, our last fond farewell to like this art style and some of these side characters.
Yeah. And it was fine. It was good. It was an easy watch.
Yeah. Things that we haven't watched that have this art style. I think this art style is mostly what they use in the Static Shock episodes that have Batman.
That makes sense.
But the animation quality on that show is just worse.
Gotcha.
Lower budget. Not as good animation studios, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. SaltCirclePodcast, gmail.com, SaltCirclePod on Twitter, Anchor.fm, so the SaltCircle, YouTube.com/@SaltCircle. I'm on Twitter @ComicPanels.
Not on Twitter, but I am Drathius on YouTube and Letterboxd. I still haven't written anything for past my Star Wars thing, but I intend to, and it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
I suppose I could go on and at least give some like star ratings or something. Eventually, someday.
I tweeted out that drawing of Wolverine that I sent you. That's
that was
from the documents in the Marvel vs. Capcom collection.
Dude, that drawing. So and the fucking Doom one is so good too.
Yeah, the jank ass Doom.
Doom one is kind of like it's getting to profile picture territory. It's very good. Mm-hmm. Kind of just looks like a sad pumpkin.
Yeah. That's what Doctor Doom is in his heart.
Sad
so
pumpkin.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Peace.